What's up, everybody? Welcome back to How It's Done. You may have one of these in your attic or in your garage. It's a tankless water heater. A lot of people don't know this, but you do have to do maintenance on it. It's not like a regular water heater where you have to flush out the sediment in it. What you need to do on these is descale them. Water deposits, minerals, calcium, everything is going to build up on the inside of your pipes here. What this is it's basically a coil of pipes in there that gets heated up as the water goes through it, and that creates your hot water seemingly instantly. The problem is, over time, scale will build up on this. Most manufacturers recommend you descale it annually. So what we're going to do today is walk you through the process of descaling a water heater today on How It's Done. Alright, so in terms of tools and equipment you're going to need for this, basically just an adjustable wrench and 5-gallon bucket, submersible pump, and then two flexible hoses. I just grabbed 2 hoses that were meant to connect your washer to the house. And then you're also going to need chemical descaler. So this is specifically meant for tankless water heaters. So this is what we're going to be using to do this. So first thing you want to do is I should have grabbed the bigger ones. Get that off. Same thing here. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead, shut off the hot side, which seems like this has never been done because it's pretty stiff. So we'll use a wrench to get that. There we go. Okay, now that's shut off, and we're going to leave the cold on for now, because what I'm going to do is connect one of these hoses onto here, and then the other one onto here. We're going to fill this bucket up at least halfway, probably closer to 3/4 of the way. Alright, so I've got the 2 hoses feeding in here, one from the hot side, one from the cold side. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and turn this unit off. And I'm going to just see if I can barely crack this a little bit to get it to fill up with water. Because if I open it too much, this thing's going to want to go crazy. She's back on me. Yep, just like that. We're going to let it fill, like I said, about halfway to 3/4 of the way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to connect the submersible pump outlet, which is this one here, to the cold water side. And we're going to add this to our water heater. And by doing so, once that's done, we'll go ahead and close off this cold water supply, and we'll open up this hot water bypass or clean out, whatever you want to call it, and we'll turn on our pump, and that'll allow the water from here that's got the chemical solution in it to run through this system and back out into here, and it'll completely run through for a while. We're going to let this run for about 30 minutes or so, and we're almost there. So we'll shut off the water, connect, like I said, this side that's connected to the cold, we're going to connect in here, and then we'll let it run. So we'll shut that off for now. And now we'll, my God, that's never been exercised. Okay. Wow, yeah, gonna have to use a wrench for that. Alright, so we got the system isolated by these 2 valves here. These are closed off. This is your supply line to the tankless water heater, and this is your output from the tankless water heater to the rest of the house, the hot side. And then we've got the cold water inlet from your bypass or your clean out, whatever you want to call it, opened. So now we're going to go ahead and plug in our pump. There we go. I'm going to slowly open up the hot water outlet. We should start pumping the water into here. And it is good. See it moving? Yeah. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add this solution to it. Let it run for a good 30-45 minutes or so. And that's going to descale it really, really well. So we'll let that run for a good 20-30 minutes. I always like to do this in the drain pan, just in case you're not sitting here with it the whole time. If something should happen and it should leak or spray a little bit, especially when you're in the attic, you're not going to have water stains on the sheetrock or anything like that. You can already start to see some of the scaling coming off on this. Yeah, little bits floating around. The water might get pretty nasty looking, depending upon how often this has been done. This customer has never had this done, so I expect it's going to get pretty bad. I don't know exactly how old this unit is, but yeah, if you're not doing this once a year, you're shortening the lifespan of your unit. So we'll check back in about 30 to 45 minutes and see how this thing's doing. Alright, so it has been about 40 minutes and this is what it looks like. It's pretty nasty. So yeah, clearly this needed it. So we're going to go ahead and shut this pump off. And pull it out. Oh man, yeah, that's nasty. Look at all that on there. Definitely needed it. So we'll let this guy kind of drain. Set him down up here. Let it drain out into the drain pan. Go ahead and disconnect this line. First I'm going to close this valve right here so the water doesn't siphon its way back through. And then we'll disconnect this line from here. Go ahead and disconnect this line up here as well. We can go ahead and cap off this cold water side because we're done with that. Now what we're going to do, since we still do have this chemical inside the water heater, we're going to go ahead and take this downstairs and dump it in a toilet. We're going to fill this bucket back up 10 times with the water from here, the fresh water coming through here. We're going to flush everything out of here, and we're going to fill this 5-gallon bucket up 10 times from this. That's going to make sure that that chemical solution is flushed thoroughly out of there, and so that you're not getting that in your drinking water or anything that you're doing clothes with, anything like that. So you could check the pH with pH strips, but 10 times is going to be more than enough to play it safe. We're going to see if we can show y'all this dumping in the toilet. Look at all that nastiness. That's all rust and iron. That's nasty. That is so nasty. Alright, so we're filling this up. The first time we're filling it up, like I said, we're going to do this 10 times. We just got the water valve open over here. And then the hot water here, it's partially open. Go ahead and close that. There we go. So that's one. You can see it's still flushing a bunch of this stuff out of there. That's nasty. Look at that. all that nasty rust and deposits in the water. Not good. Not good. That's what you're that's going to clog up your system, and also that's what you're showering in. Alright, so this is the third fill up. You can see already the water is looking a lot better. There still is a little bit of darkness to it, but for the most part it's a lot clearer. But remember, you still do have that chemical in the system that you want to thoroughly flush out, so that's why I say 10. A lot of the times when you test it with the pH strip, 5 times will do it, sometimes 4. But if you're not testing it, err on the side of caution. Overkill is underrated. And this is the last time. You can see how much water looks. It's nice and clear now. You can see all the way to the bottom. And since we've done it 10 times, we know that the chemical has completely been flushed from the system. So now I'm just going to go ahead and remove our hoses. Put the cap back on. Then we can open this valve back up and turn it back on. And we're good to go. Just go dump the bucket. Put all this back in here and carry it down. We're all set. Thanks for joining us today on How It's Done. If you like videos like this, want to see how to do more stuff, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Go ahead and hit that notification bell to be notified next time we post another video.